ballin'. If you don't know now, you know. It's the Gunz Show. Ballin'! What's up, everybody? This is Gunz from the Gunz Show, and I'm going to do an interview right now with rewritethescene.com. You guys definitely need to learn this site. They're legit and they're ballers. So, what's up? How are you? How did the Gunz Show start? When I was in high school, I did MTV. There was this show called Becoming Wannabe, and I won for Blink-182. And I was like 15 years old, and I won that out of like 300 kids. And so I got to do like a full 1 hour show like about Blink-182. And then a lot of those people were freelance, the casting people. So Much Music moved from Canada to New York City. So Much Music, the same people kind of casted me, and I was still in high school, and that became Fuse, and lo and behold, I always wanted to do a radio show, and I've always been involved in the music industry, whether it was street teams or whatever. But yeah, so kind of just worked through, yeah. I always said, because my last name's Gunz, I always said if I had a show, it'd be called The Gunz Show, so.
IDOBI Radio approach you, or you approach them?
Adobe. I approached Adobe once Fuse got bought out, I believe, and so they got rid of a lot of their live shows. So there wasn't too much opportunity out there as far as television went. So I approached Adobe because I knew it was a legit music radio station. And I approached them, and they had heard about me just from like working around and like volunteering with bands and, you know, street teaming, handing out flyers. And legitimately, the boss said, Gunz will take a chance with you. And they took a chance with me, and I sucked. Some people might still think I sucked, but in the beginning, I was awful. I did 1 hour, 8 to 9 p.m. on Sundays. So, but now Wednesdays and Sundays, 9 to 12. So.
What bands have inspired the show?
Inspired the show? I guess if you're inspiring the show, then it's got to do with, hi, how are you? I guess if you're inspiring the show, it's got to do with myself as well, like what bands motivate me. I'm a big Midtown fan. Bands that actually help out with the show, I'd have to say like Forever the Sickest Kids, or Sparks to Rescue, or We the Kings, Sing It Loud. Just bands that like, bands that will always, Christ, like go out of their way to help, like help with the show and stuff. I try to play everything. I play guitar since I was 6 years old, so I try to play like a mixture of everything, whether it's Pearl Jam to Nirvana to like in Swedish House Mafia, which is dance music, everything except country. So I just love music. So.
How has your music taste changed from the show?
Well, from the show, it's because you, like, the listeners, the audience out there, legitimately, like, you guys out there, I could not do anything without you, because you guys hit me up from all over the country, literally all over the globe, about, like, up-and-coming bands, whether it's bands that, like, are in high school still, or bands that deserve, like, a break, like, whether it's Moving Mountains, or, like, Envy on the Coast. Envy on the Coast, I remember, like, one of the first ever interviews was on the Gunz Show before they even had management. And that was all because you, the listeners out there. Other bands include like, you know, This Condition, or The Years Gone By. Just like, I guess I'm just aware to that much more music out there, and it's because you, I guess the listeners out there. Yeah, I mean, obviously I have tens of thousands of people out there telling me about like bands, whether they're friends of yours or just bands that you might have seen, like Day Trader of other bands, and it's, you know, I'm just that much more aware. So.
How do you pick the guests for your show?
Well, that's an interesting question. How do I pick the guests for my show? There's like always bands that I want to interview, but it's difficult. I mean, I'm nobody. I consider myself nobody, but like, so it's difficult to like, like convince bands that might not know me or about the show to like actually come on the show. So like whether it's publicists or management, I'll hit them up. But a lot of the times, like All Time Low, when they were still in high school, they came on the show because a lot of kids emailed them and told them to come on the Gunz Show. So like them or like Parachute or the band Fun as well. It was all because listeners were like, yo, you gotta come on this show called the Gunz Show. I try to do like some unknown bands as well, but it's hectic at times because it's hard. Like there's a lot of big bands out there. So. Oh Christ. Favorite guest? I had a really good interview with Gabe from Cobra Starship, like probably like a year and a half ago. It went over an hour, and it was wild. That was a really good interview. I guess I'd say my favorite guest was Tom DeLonge, Angels and Airwaves. Tom DeLonge's like one of my I guess role models. So I mean that was one of the best. Yeah. No. I don't even know where bowling I know the song, We Fly High, no lie, you know there's bowling. But I kind of just started saying, I don't know how it happened. And now I just say it literally all the time. And it's not a fad or anything like that. It's not like, I've been saying it for years now. You know what I mean? So it's like, oh, bowling, question mark? Yeah, dude, bowling. And then if you're going out to bars, it's like, bowling. Like, it's got a lot of different meanings. But it's not like a fad or like a movement. Like, I've been doing it for a while, so I don't, yeah.
With the 13-year-old girls hitting on those shirts, they're everywhere. They just want all-time their phone number.
I don't think anybody hits on me ever. I'm an ugly looking person, so I don't think anybody hits on me. But I do, yeah, I mean, I'm sure people want phone numbers or, oh, you know the band? The best is like, afterward, like concerts and stuff, they'll come, like people will come up to me sometimes and they'll be like, oh, can you sign this? I sign it, and they're like, what do you do again? What band are you in? And I'm like, thanks for nothing. Thanks for not even knowing. So, What? Why do people drink PBR?
Yeah, why don't they pay the extra buck and like not drink Colt 45?
Because PBR, it's like kind of like, it's like Colt 45. It's just the rawness and the edge to drinking. It's like, yeah, I'm drinking PBR. Like, it's like, obviously it tastes like crap, but like you still drink it. And plus, you know, if you drink 3 of those $3 extra that, you know, that can buy you a full another beer. So now you get 4 instead of 3. So,
Lastly, since you're going to be on Rewrite the Scene.
yeah. Great website, by the way. Hell yeah.
When is Nick going to be on the Gunz Show?
I think Nick's got to be on very soon. Yes, let's make that happen. Whenever you guys want. You guys got to learn. Everybody from here, you guys are very, you guys work your asses off. So it's a pleasure. And yeah, we'll have Nick on. Yeah. Hell yeah. Ballin'. If you don't know now, you know. It's the Gunz Show. Ballin'.